Oh, Al's disappeared. Oh, we're keeping Tom awake, and Al's disappeared.
Sorry, it's the weather.
The weather.
The change in seasons are making me sleepy.
Oh, well, yeah. Soundproofing's falling off.
It's
Yeah,
still warm over there, isn't it?
Yeah, but we got some rain on the weekend, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
So how's everyone been?
Good.
Yeah. So did you guys hear the news?
What news?
Oh, NASA finally admitted that they actually did get Stanley Kubrick. They did hire Stanley Kubrick to fake the moon landings. Of course, Kubrick being Kubrick, he shot on location.
Oh, too early
that
in
was-
the piece, my friend.
That was. Well, I've got a follow up for that. What's the difference between a 4-year-old and a bag of cocaine?
What?
Eric Clapton would never let a bag of cocaine fall out a 4-story window.
Oh,
We're going to get in trouble for that one.
Hey, I've got another one for you just to get started.
Okay.
I want you to say Coca-Cola without touching your lips, without your lips touching.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
What? Do it again, Tom.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Brad, can you do yours? Come on. I'll show them how it's done.
Coca-Cola.
You just say it normally.
Coca-Cola.
Just say it normally. Coca-Cola.
It's a good party trick, isn't it?
You say it normally. Your lips, Coca-Cola. Your lips don't touch when you say
Yeah,
it.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Oh,
Oh, shit, I cannot believe you guys fell for that.
Tom's sitting there going, Coca-Cola.
oh gosh.
I didn't get that hard.
Oh, there we go.
I was born under power lines, I swear.
That was funny. That was funny.
Oh, that's gold.
It's funny.
Yeah, that is gold, mate.
Oh yeah. So I just got to
That is gold.
get these thingies going. Get the what do you call it? Comments up and running. Oh, so what's everyone been up to?
Get AI working.
Yeah, it's all working. Everything's going. All the chats are working. No one wants to chat to us, but yeah, it's, everything's working.
Yeah, okay, good on you, Mabel.
Yeah.
Not a lot, mate. Had a few long weekends, haven't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easter and
We got another one
Anzac back to back.
this weekend.
Another one. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we got one this weekend. That's 4 short weeks in a
Oh.
row.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got one this weekend. It's called Holidays. On that, so I finally got round to doing the stuff that I need to do for Bali. So the visa on arrival, the tourist tax, this, that, and the other. And Brad will tell you, I've been going for 14 years, and every time I go to Bali, the what you need to do to enter changes. It changes every friggin' time. Last time I went, it was so easy. I did the visa on arrival before I went there. When I checked in at Perth, they said, have you done your online customs form? We're not going to let you on the plane before you do it. And I was like, yep, bang, 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 did that. And Brad will tell you there's been some years, like you go into Nigurai, and you have to go to this desk and pay this, and then you have to go to this desk, and then you queue up here, and this, that, and the other, and then you queue up here, and you queue up. Last year was brilliant.
Yep.
Just showed me passport to the stern face part. Used the smart gate, stern face passport guy, and then on the way out, my QR code for the customs form, and the guy just scanned it, and it's like, fuck, I'm in the airport. Never been so easy. But this time, what a palaver. The visa on arrival, you have to apply for it online, and there is so much shit you've got to go through. The tourist tax was nice and easy, but see, they've changed the rules again, and it's like, I'm glad I did it early. I was going to do it on Friday night. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
So,
So, that's good.
When do you fly out? You fly out Sunday, don't you?
I do. When do you fly in?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow or Friday? Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Mm.
Oh shit! Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got what's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday, mate.
Fake Friday.
Yeah, Friday Eve, weekend Eve. Yeah.
Come back on Sunday. Fly back Sunday.
We got to
Long
go.
weekend over here. So
We're going.
Monday
Where are
off.
we going, Tom? We're going to Lyrics Underground.
Yeah, for Shannon Smith.
Oh, have you ever been there? That is a
Yeah.
good venue. It's a very
Yeah.
good venue. Yeah.
Yeah,
never heard of it. Lyrics under. Where's that?
it's in
No,
Lyrics
you've been
Lane.
there, Brad.
It's in
Brad,
Lyrics
you've
Lane.
been there. It's in Maylands. You know where Lyric Lane is,
Excuse me.
and the pub next
No.
door with the outdoor area on Guildford Road. Yeah, we've been there. We've had beers there.
Yeah.
You haven't been in the underground, but you've been in Lyric Lane.
Ah, well, all right. There you go.
It's like-
Okay.
It's the same.
I'd
pub.
agree with that.
It's just
Yeah,
underneath.
yeah, it's in the basement.
We go there to review bands and shit like that.
Oh, it's a great
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
Really, really good venue.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of concerts next week. Next week, I've got actually the week after, I've got Offspring.
Oh,
And then
why
next
don't you
week,
just get a
I've got
job?
Gracie
Abrams?
Amber.
Abrams.
Yep, that's it. Yep. 2 shows next week.
Oh, all right. We don't get any of them shows over here in WA. Can you sneak in
No.
a camera? Sneak in a camera or your phone and just set it up and we can watch from your phone. We'll do a live stream through your phone.
Although Gracie Abrams, she sounds pretty small time.
She's pretty
Well,
Yeah, I've only
Why-
Googled her. Very tame looking music. Nothing. I'm not expecting anything wild. Offspring are hit and miss. The Offspring going to Perth?
What's it on? Better off.
Not that I'm aware of, no. Oh, their frontman died. Anyway. Their
No.
frontman's dead,
Oh,
isn't he?
it's called the Offspring. then.
Dexter's still alive.
Oh, okay. I thought he died.
Yeah.
So-
You might be getting him confused with Fountains of Wayne, the Stacey's mum guy.
He died a while back.
Okay.
Good, Mark. Good
Oh.
good song. Great song.
Gracie Abrams, I just got to. She's pretty like decent sized, well known artist. She's not. She's up there with like the Sabrina Carpenters and the like.
Oh, okay.
And
You know-
guess
you
what?
know
If you're going
what,
to
I
do
think
you know
sell
who-
out shows,
Do you know who her dad is? This is not. This
J.J. Abrams.
that's her dad, J.J. Abrams.
Wow. You know who I've been getting into lately?
Your boyfriend?
And
What's your
I
name?
no. No, I wish I'd discovered them earlier. These guys have been around forever. Mumford and Sons. They are really
Oh.
good.
Well, it depends on who you talk
dude,
to.
they're
yeah.
fucking. Are they 70s?
Nah.
No, they're
No.
Mumford and
2000.
Sons, great band.
They're
Yeah,
they're 2000s.
You got to go and
I think you might be thinking of Manfred and Man, Brad.
Manfred Man.
Oh,
Nah,
Manfred Mann's Earth
but-
Band. No, that's 70s.
Yeah. No. Mumford and Sons. What's their big hit? It could have been their debut hit.
I will talk
That's
with
it.
you.
That's it.
It's called I Will Wait.
I will
Yeah,
wait.
and
Will we?
Yep.
For
Oh,
you?
it was not
drinking.
your fault.
Oh, Al,
It was not
ma-
your fault, but
imagine-
mine.
Sorry?
One at a
Al,
time.
imagine if you and I were in the Megani, mate, singing that.
It'd be like karaoke in Bali, walking along down the street.
Oh, we do. We do. The guys in the bus, since our first year there at the Megani, the guys, when I'm a DJ, you know you've got a great selection of music and you know what gets people going. As soon as I turn up,
and
Mr.
you've only
Al,
just found out.
have you got your phone? Have you got your music? You know, and and they put my music on all day and we sing at the top of our voice. Don't worry about it. It's a great time.
We do, mate.
And Bali's
We do.
just discovered
No,
Mumford and Sons.
They're going to. I didn't have Mumford and Sons last time, but they're going to. Yeah.
How long are you going for this time, mate?
8 or 9 days. So
So,
fly,
will you
fly
be
out-
joining
fly
us?
out Sunday.
Excuse me.
Will you
Oh,
be joining us remotely?
He should be able to. He's
Last
probably got
time,
mobiles in
last time was a disaster because Rob's the guy at the bar on the beach. His hotspot just didn't cut it. But I'll try again. I'll try and join on Wednesday. I'll at 6:30. I probably will be still at Rob's on the beach, and I'll use his hotspot and see what happens.
Yeah. If not, just go on your mobile data. What's the name?
Thing is, it was both Brad and I were trying to hook up. This time it'll just be me. Maybe there'll be more success.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, all right. Too easy. What else happened? I interviewed a girl on from who was it? Tara Formosa. You won't know her. If you went on Pop Rock Radio, you'll find heaps and heaps of new artists. She's in Malta. She was in Malta.
It's been a while since I've signed in. It's been a while since I've signed in. I should, because that's where I pick up a lot of stuff. Actually, that's where I picked up Mumford and Sons. That was on Pop Rock Radio, or was it for my daughter?
Might have been from.
It was on Pop Rock Radio or my daughter.
Yeah.
You know.
But have a look at Pop Rock Dizzy. That's where a lot of the new bands are going. There'll be a link to Pop Rock Dizzy. And I mucked up last time we were here. I packed up the cards wrong and I mixed them all back up with the ones we'd answered to the ones we didn't answer with. So I've got true or false for tonight. Make it easy for you. So,
that'll be all right.
Yep.
That's a 2-horse race.
Yep.
And we got scores.
Looks like you set up a point things. All right, I
Jesus.
better do a quick pee break then before we start.
Yeah.
I have been drinking. I have been drinking for a while.
Just make sure I've spelt your name right.
Yeah.
You missed a few letters, but I'll give you that.
Oh, dear. Yeah. So what else happened, Brad? How's the weather in Queensland?
It's fucking beautiful, mate.
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's I was actually in the pool on the weekend.
In the pool. That's good.
In the pool because the heater's on, so it's on 26 degrees. So it's perfect.
2 degrees too cold. Should be on 28.
Well, it's only just April, so it'll probably go to 28 next week.
Yeah, because when you do your helicopter escape training for tropical waters, they have the pool set at 28 degrees to simulate tropical water.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you don't get chills when you get dunked in the water in your helicopter training. Yeah.
Apart from that, everything's all good. I've got to go on a strict plant eating lifestyle change, mate. I've got to get rid of I've got to bring this cholesterol down. Or go on tablets.
Oh, talking of the cholesterol, because I'm on the tablet, I'm on 3 tablets for the cholesterol. And it's not bringing down the cholesterol, right? And
what's your reading? Do you know?
one of them so far off the charts. It makes it so that they can't detect the other level, the LDL or whatever.
Right. LDL and HDL, so.
Yeah, so I don't know what they are. I just go in and listen to the cardiologist. So I'm on I get an injection now. I had my first injection last week, on 2 days ago. So I have an injection. I have another one in 3 months, and then I have them every 6 months for the rest of my life.
Huge.
Have you had a CT calcium score?
Well, it sounds like you're not.
Done it.
It sounds like you won't be getting injections for a long time then.
Why?
Well, injections for the rest of your life, and your cholesterol levels are through the roof. So I'm just extrapolating here, pal.
Oh, the injection is supposed to lower the cholesterol. I've had genetic testing, everything. My arteries are all clear. There's nothing wrong with the arteries. There's
So what's your calcium score? Have you had it?
0. There's no build up, no plaque build up, no calcium build up at all.
Mine's extreme.
So why are they worried then?
Get it fixed now.
Yeah, because the cholesterol level is so high.
Yeah, but that's the worry with cholesterol is it builds up shit on your arteries, especially around your heart. And if they said no, your arteries are all good, what are they worried about?
Well, they don't want it happening like Brad's. See, Brad's is already developed.
I've got 5 years. Change my life now, or I've got 5 years for a heart attack.
Yeah.
Can you swap to like fish or something so you don't have to give up meat?
Yeah,
Oh,
mate, the last 12 days, all I've had is fucking plant food and fish, and it's probably my
Yep.
first
Yeah, well,
alcoholic
Ask
beverage.
about the injections. Get the
Yeah,
injections.
But it's,
Brad,
mate,
Brad,
but dude,
I've
mine's
been-
only 6.7. It's not that high.
Yeah.
But it's the 440 calcium lesions that are around my arteries,
Yeah.
which I can't get. You can't get rid of. All you can do is stop them from increasing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the scary part.
Yeah. Yep.
okay. So
And
Gotta-
and drinking beer is another one that.
I don't drink a lot of beer. I'm more a
Yeah.
Scotch man. I
Yeah.
really a carton of beer will probably last me 2 months.
Mm.
I don't drink a lot.
Got to die of
Even-
something.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Tom? Got to die of something?
yeah, well, the life I've lived, I'm probably gonna kill over by 50 or something. I don't know.
He's
I've
gonna-
got so many ailments.
Die of boredom.
I've almost got the bloody alphabet.
Yeah. Or GBTQIA.
C, CP, A,
Yeah.
K,
I
47.
I have to ask the question. So if you're a right winger, and sorry, I'm going to digress. Are you guys getting all the Trumpet of Patriots advertisements?
Oh, yeah.
Only on
Yeah,
YouTube.
okay.
I only get them on YouTube, not on my
No,
phone.
I'm getting SMSs every day, twice a day.
I don't get SMS.
I've got an SMS
Oh,
tonight.
God.
Touch wood.
But the
Sorry,
thing is, all these right wingers, so they're making this a touch point. It's like, and seriously, it's not a big thing, but trans people in sport and trans people in, like, trans women in women's bathrooms. It's like, no, it shouldn't happen. It's like, if you're really worried about what people are doing in bathrooms, what the fuck are you doing in bathrooms? Most people I know just go in, shut the door, and have a pee or shit.
I think that exact argument when they're saying about trans people going into the toilets doesn't hold much weight when they have unisex toilet. Not when they have this toilets that are for
Oh, no
both.
wait for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I go to places. I
Unisex
love
toilets,
seeing
yeah.
places with toilets for both. So I don't.
it's called a tree.
I think it's projection. I think it's the straight white right wing guys.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, if I was in a woman's toilet, I would like to look under the cubicle door and I would like to molest those women. They're projecting. They're
Yeah.
projecting.
They manifest
You,
because they don't get
you
it
know-
anywhere else. They just manifest.
Yeah.
you
Exactly.
know what's you know what's funny about the Trumpets of Patriots?
Yeah.
One Nation used to be the far right party over here, right? But
Yeah, they're mild now.
yeah, the Trumpets of Patriots in some of their ads, they're saying One Nation is a front for the liberal agenda.
I'm going to have to explain this to you because it's really tricky to understand, but follow me on this one. The Trumpets and Patriots have been saying about the Chinese flying in and landing in Perth on an airport that's 80 km south of Karratha, and they can control all
the
of
Chinese aboard the airport. Yeah.
it. No. Well, the Chinese, let's go back a bit, right? That where they've built that airport is to access their mines that they have around there.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the mines.
The
Right?
coal mines, yeah.
Not coal mines, but the mines around in Karratha and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Right? Those mines are leased from a company called, the mine is Sinosteel or something like that, Sinosteel, which is leased from Mineralogy, if I'm right. The names are pretty similar. Mineralogy. Have you heard these names before?
Mineralogy, is it? Yeah, is the mineralogy? Isn't that Gina Reinhardt?
No,
No, it's Clive Palmer. He's the
Clive
chairman.
Palmer's.
I thought-
Clive, of course,
I thought-
yes.
So
I saw it in a thing.
Clive Palmer has leased the land that they built the airport on, that he's using to
Chinese.
say that they're going to land on to invade Western Australia. It's his
Yeah,
land.
he's a dickhead.
It's his
he's
land.
a dickhead.
It's his land.
So,
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
so he owns this mineralogy company as well as Rio Tinto.
He doesn't own Rio Tinto, but
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't own Rio Tinto.
He owns
BHP
Mineralogy. or whatever it
owns
is.
Rio Tinto.
No, Rio Tinto's Rio
Rio.
Tinto.
Yeah, Rio's Rio.
No, it's part of BHP. It's part. If you really drill down, it's part of BHP. Broken Hill
okay.
Corporation.
I thought Rio Tinto's Canadian.
Nah, they're majority owned by BHP. The last time I looked.
Oh,
Okay.
So he's got shares in him now. And Reinhardt's
yeah,
Red
that's-
Hill, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Reinhardt's a Nepo baby. They're all fucking Nepo babies,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
They definitely are, mate.
Look at us go. We're saving the world.
Oh, here we are, mate.
We are.
Hundreds, mate.
Here we go. Google.
Oh,
Just do a Google.
Actually, I did.
It says here.
I did the.
Hold on. I've got Rio. It's not accurate to say BHP Group Limited currently owns shares in Rio Tinto. While BHP and Rio Tinto have a history of proposing or attempting mergers, they are now separate companies and have been since.
Oh, they are now separate. Okay.
Since
There you
2007,
go. My information is old then.
Well, this is AI,
but,
so it could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be.
Google.
But
just
I recently did. Have you guys done the ABC's Vote Compass? It's really good.
no.
So just look up ABC Australia Vote Compass. So I did that. It just asks you a whole series of questions and it drills down and drills down. And apparently I'm no longer a rusted on Labor voter. I lean green, which shocked the fuck out of me.
You
But
like
yeah,
Kermit
Vote
the Frog.
Compass, look it up, do the questions,
How long
and
does it
it'll
take?
actually tell you which party. Probably about, if you're good at clicking and pasting, that sort of thing, 5 minutes, maybe a bit more. And it spits out which way you lean on a graph, and it's really, really good.
Yeah,
Is
I'm in the brand,
accurate?
I'm in the brand, yeah. Cannabis should be
Yeah, I think
legalized
it's
for
accurate. The
recreational
questions
use.
are brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Cannabis should be legalised for recreational use.
Yeah, it's like
What-
not
Dental,
what's it called,
dental
Al?
should.
ABC
Vote
Compass.
Yeah, political parties should commit to running
Vote
at least as
Compass.
many
Vote
women
Compass.
candidates as they
Just
do men.
Google Vote Compass.
There it is. Vote Compass 2025.
The Australian government should find a childcare program for every child in Australia.
Yep.
Why is it up to the
Dental
government?
Medicare.
Why should the government look after fund childcare?
Because what? Well, how are they? They want people
Well,
going to work and paying tax.
No, they don't. No. I don't like it.
No,
I don't like it.
Fuck off, Timu Hansen.
They
Tom, don't you agree? Don't you agree? He's Timu
I don't like
Hansen.
it. Well, you go to work. People are going to work because they're modern day slaves, and they're going to work to pay the bank for a house that they will work for until they're 80 and not be able to enjoy.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
But that's the main thing. People go there. When I grew up, mum and dad both didn't go to work. One did, one stayed at home.
No,
Now-
because a house was on one income. You could afford a house.
Yep.
You could afford groceries and everything. You can't anymore. No,
No, because you're
it's
paying
fact.
child support. Because you've got to go pay not child support. You've got to go pay for, get the government to pay for bloody looking after your kids. Stay at home, look after the kids. Bring the wages
Well,
back down. Bring the
I-
wages down.
Paul, you're talking to a rusted-on old democratic socialist here. Yeah, I think the government should pay for things like that. They should pay for child support. They should pay for
Child support.
dental.
The dads
They
pay for
should.
child support.
They should pay. They should pay for electricity. Well, sorry, but all those. I'm a big believer in pay more tax. I'm happy to pay more tax as long as the government does really, really good things with it.
Yep.
And people who are not as well off
I agree.
as me, they get a shot. They get a shot. You want to pay $300 a day to put your kid in child support, and that's around about what it is. That's more than what I earn in a day.
Yeah.
So
But
if I had a missus and I had a kid in child support, my working day, everything I did every day would just be to pay the child support so I could work every day.
Yeah. The
It's
government's-
ridiculous.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the government is paying for someone to have their kid in childcare so they can go to work. So the government's paying now for the kid to be looked after so that woman can go to work to pay for a house. With her husband, pay
And
for a
they're
house.
paying and your problem with this is they're paying tax, they're contributing to society.
But the tax
what's
they're
your
paying
problem?
is going straight back to childcare. It's not going to any major thing, is it?
I'm still failing to see the problem, Paul.
Well, it is a problem because it shouldn't cost that much. The problem is not
I-
buying.
I agree.
Buying a house. Oh, yeah, childcare and buying a house
yeah.
should not cost that much.
That's the issue I've got, is that everything's gone up in price, which is causing people to become slaves to the bank. Now, hear me out on this one, because this is
Okay,
a
now
this is a really good
I'm
one.
getting your message. Now I'm on message. Now I'm getting your message.
What
Okay.
happens is the government now should turn around and say, not just to the big banks and to the big corporations and the Woodsides and the Rio Tintos and the mining companies, but to Google, to Yahoo, to Facebook, and everyone else who's making billions of dollars of profit. Now that their tax rate should go up through the roof, through the roof, 50, 60, 70% tax.
Well, have you been seeing my Facebook
No, well, hold on.
Facebook post?
Then that money that they take from those companies should go to a universal basic income, so that every Australian of voting age and everyone who's registered to vote will get a universal basic income. That universal basic income then guarantees you money for food and accommodation. If you want
Fuck, he's a communist.
if you want to go, if you want to go and get a better job and earn more money, you're free to go get a job and earn more money. That money that you get for the basic level of income covers you for like things like health, schooling, and in the places where it's all been tested, has always had a positive reaction, so that the areas that have done it, the reliance on Medicare has dropped, so they don't have to pay medical bills and insurance. Places in America where they pay insurance, they haven't had to use medical stuff. The demand of doctors has gone down. The demand on the health system's gone down. You don't have as many people in the government organisations like Centrelink and things, because no one can go and complain about the money they're getting, because everyone's getting the same thing. You can't rip off the system. You can't do anything else. So we don't waste money.
This goes to the question of why private health in Australia, and the government likes private health. And that's why they do the Medicare levy. Above a certain income, you pay a surcharge. You get the rebate. Above a certain age, your rebate reduces when you finally join. The reason why the government wants people on private health is to take the pressure off the public health system.
Yeah.
But with what you didn't mention with your tax increase, and I don't think it should be a 50% tax. I think the top rate should be 90%. But it's a progressive tax like we've got now. So if you earn over $100 million in a year, well, your tax is going to be 70%. If you earn over $1 million a year, for everything you earn above that million, your tax is going to be 90%, a progressive tax. And that's what they forget when they go taxing the high income people and all that. They forget, no, progressive taxes. The more you're not going to be taxed on all 90% on all of your income.
Yeah,
You're only going to be taxed on 90% on whatever you earn above $1 million, or wherever they set it at. And I agree with you, Paul. If the people digging holes in the ground were paying their correct tax, if the Gina Reinhardts and the Twiggy Forrests and all that were paying 90% tax on everything they earned over 100 million or 500 million
it's
a
not
year,
just them; it's the company
you'd
as
be
well.
able to fund. You'd be able to fund Medicare. You'd be able to fund Centrelink. You would be able to, Sorry, rant over. Don't forget to sip your water.
100% agree with you, because you look at like the Denmark and things like that with their sovereignty funds. They will never be broke.
Yeah.
They'll never be broke.
No.
Education's free.
Norway's never going to be broke. Norway's never going to be broke.
And they produce
because of what they do the same, sovereign funds.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, but they actually produce less gas than what we do.
Yeah.
And
but the gas, people get digging holes in the ground for gas. They pay fuck all tax. And it's like, hang on, that's our holes in the ground.
Yeah,
Fuck, I'm the Labor man. Fuck.
I'm still going through mine. I'm halfway through. I keep stopping to talk with Al. You talk amongst yourselves. I see this another one. I don't know how you can put a limit on landlords raising their rent, because there's so many factors that go into raising rent.
Well, rent right now is ridiculous.
Yeah, but if you're an investor, like mum and dad investor, like with one investment property, makes it hard for them to own it. But see, I don't agree with negative gearing. I reckon that should go. That's got to go. That's a big class.
What is negative gearing?
Investment properties. Negative gearing is where anything you spend on your investment property.
Yeah.
So if the aircon breaks, you need it rewiring or whatever, that comes off the tax. That comes off of the income, the threshold for the tax you have to pay. So for your tax that year, so it comes off of you say your tax is like you should be charged $50,000 in tax. However, maintenance on your house has cost $10,000, so we're only charging you. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a tax. It's like when you put in when you do your tax. So if you, I don't know what you do, Tom, but if you're working from home, you claim the electricity, you claim the internet. It's claiming back on tax for your expenses. That's all negative gearing.
But it's also what you got to watch with negative gearing though is your income rent.
Yeah.
So you have to write stuff off, otherwise you pay tax because your rental income's too high.
Yeah.
So that's where you got to watch that bit.
How confident do you find Peter Dutton?
Well, here's the story of Peter Dutton. Have you guys ever heard of the Fitzgerald inquiry?
I have. But I can't remember.
It was a big thing broken by Four Corners on ABC, and they had an inquiry of everything. And they found that back in the day, the Queensland government, the Queensland Country Party and the Queensland Liberals were as corrupt as. People went to jail, and the Queensland police were corrupt, and a lot of coppers went to jail as well. Peter Dutton joined the police force and the Liberal Party in Queensland just after the Fitzgerald inquiry.
Yeah.
I want to be a Queensland Liberal Party candidate, and I want to be a Queensland police officer just after a huge inquiry that says, yeah, they're all corrupt.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, got to say, at least Dutton is better than Albanese.
Yes.
Oh, fuck off. Albanese hasn't broken anything. That's the main thing.
Yeah, they haven't.
What we can hope for, what we can hope for, is a minority government, so that I still want Labor in power, but I want them to have to negotiate. You know, every time Australia has had a minority government where they've had to negotiate, all the good things we've got, like Medicare, Forced Super, and all that. No, GST was the Liberal government.
No, it was the Democrats. Thank you very much.
GST was a Liberal government. I think.
John Howard.
No, it didn't get through. It wouldn't have got through unless it would not have got through unless the Democrats.
the Dems.
Yeah.
But all the good things we got, if you look back, you can Google it, all the good things we got is when we've had minority governments where the government in power has had to negotiate and go to get anything through. People, you see all these ads, minority government, it's going to fuck Australia. No, minority governments are good. I like them.
Yeah, they keep
and I don't want the Liberals to get in power.
So you think Albanese can steer us out of the cost of living then? The cost of living crisis?
I think a lot of it's out of its control, to be honest with you, Tom. Inflation is, no matter what they tell you, inflation is mostly out of government's control.
Except when Albanese brings in 1 million people. There's half.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. The trumpeter patriots are going, 800 visas were issued in February. What they're not telling you is that the 3/4 of them were tourist visas.
Yeah.
It sounds like 800,000 people were let into the country to live. No, they weren't. That was visas for people to come as tourists. You need to drill down on everything you listen to.
Oh, yeah, yep.
You're correct. No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you there. But it doesn't matter who gets in. That, to me, because no government can tell Coles and Woolworths to sell a bottle of Coke for $1. And no government can tell health insurance what their levy is. They're different companies making profits. They have to. But
Brad, I'll back you up.
Oh, here we go.
Brad,
HBF is not a non-profit organisation.
No. Private health insurance, they actually have to ask the minister for permission to raise premiums, and they have to prove to the minister why they need to raise the premiums. And then in February, the minister will come back and go, yes, you can raise your premiums by this much, and it's different for every product, or he'll go, no, you need to have a look at it again. So, no, the government does dictate premiums on private health. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
they got nothing to do with interest rates, and that shits me because the Reserve Bank's a separate identity, and federal
It's an
government's got nothing to do
independent
with interest
identity.
rates.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right?
an independent identity. Yeah,
Yet every ad campaign on a billboard, TV, or radio is always about, can we do 3 more years of this? You know, interest rates, da da da. And I just feel like spitting at it, going, is someone going to wake up and actually
It's
tell people
here's
it's got
the
nothing to do with the federal government?
yeah.
Here's the thing: the only tool the Reserve's got is to increase interest rates on people who borrowed money, so they've got less money to spend, and then that trickles down. Like I'm on a rent, but the person who owns this home, if they're paying a mortgage, they have to pay more. They increase my rent, which will never go down. Here's an idea I heard: if the Reserve Bank wants to take the heat out of the economy, i.e., to stop people spending as much.
Sure.
Why don't they make the mandatory Why don't they make the mandatory superannuation more? So if your superannuation is at 11% right now, I think. If they say no, during an inflationary period, we're going to increase everybody's mandatory superannuation to 13%. Straight away, you've got less money to spend. However, you've got more money going into your super for later in your life. There's a fucking idea.
How does
That's a good idea.
It's not a good idea. It doesn't work because the mandatory super is what comes 11% of what you earn is paid by
Yes, you pay.
by your
It's part of
employer, not by you, by your
No,
employer.
it's part of your pay, Paul. Paul, get
No,
your head
it's-
around this. Super is part of your pay. It's
Yeah.
just part of your pay that you can't touch until you're
It's part of
65.
your, it's part of your package, not
It's
your
part of
pay.
your package. It's part of the package.
Yeah,
So you
I agree,
personally,
Paul.
do not pay for it. The company that employs you pays for it.
Correct. You're asking them to pay you a 2% increase.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you guys are not. No. They're taking that out of your pay packet.
No.
Sorry,
No, they're
I
not.
did but-
You're on 100 grand, 100
Paul,
plus super.
fuck, stop! You're not understanding me, and I didn't explain. Say increase the mandatory super, not increase your pay, not increase your gross, increase the amount of mandatory super that comes out of what you're currently earning. So you are getting less money, but there's more money going in the super. The employer doesn't pay a cent more. So
that's-
here's
I'm on 100 grand.
here's the
I
Here's
know,
the
I
deal.
know what you're saying, Al. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it's not the mandatory super. It's extra contributions. You have to contribute more.
no, yeah.
Yeah,
But the government legislates to say no during an inflationary period. The extra contributions that you cannot touch
it's paid by you,
will
not
be
your employer.
increased, and paid by you, not your employer.
So that's the
what I
voluntary.
meant.
Yeah, that's the voluntary component.
Yeah, but they have to change the legislation
Yeah.
where you can't redraw that voluntary component
Yeah.
until
Now,
maturity.
I understand now. Yeah, so you're forced to pay money into your super rather than pay to the bank or to your
Correct.
landlord. You'll pay it into your super, which then
You're
benefits
forced
you
to
at
pay
the,
extra at the end, but it takes the heat out of the economy.
Yeah.
So say I've got about $380 a fortnight goes into my super,
Yeah.
my mandatory, mainly because I'm paying above the 11%. But yeah, if they sort of said no, we need to take the heat out of the economy, Alan needs to pay an extra $70 into his super, which he can't touch until he's 65. Well, that's $70 less in my pocket.
Is it 65 now, or has it gone up to 68?
67.
Six-
No. I've got unfettered access to my super next year.
Oh,
Yeah. The
Okay.
age of getting your pension, I'm grandfathered, so I can get my pension at 67. But next May, I can do whatever I want with the $300,000, or it should be $400,000 by then. That's in my super. I'm not going to touch it.
like you'll
but-
get taxed something between 17 and 22%.
Yeah, if I pull it out, I get taxed. Yeah.
It's your money, and you've already been
So
taxed
you're
on it.
making, you're going to bank 100 grand in super in 2.5 years. Fuck me.
Yeah. Well, Trump's fucked things up a bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, the way it grows, mate, especially with my fund, if they invest really wisely. My super, I remember years ago saying to you, "Oh, I'm hoping for $250,000 in my super when I retire." I've got over $300,000 now, and I've got a couple of years to go, a few years to go.
I heard a trick with your super, right? Now, I've only heard about it briefly, and I haven't had time to look into it. And I reckon Al would look into this and come up with the right answer. Is that when you get to your retirement money and if you want to pass it on to your family, if you die and your superannuation, if you pass it to the family, they get taxed on it. But there's a certain component of that, which is your voluntary contributions, that doesn't get taxed. So you can take out your some of your superannuation, right? And you get it, and you pay a little bit of tax on the amount you take out. Then you reinvest that back into your super as a voluntary contribution, which then isn't and cannot be taxed. So you can't lose any tax on that. So you returns on that money go up. And any time if you die and you want to pass it on to give it as a gift to family members, it can't be taxed. That component can't be taxed.
Yeah, it's kind of sort of true. You have to put it in such a situation so that if anybody gets it, say in my case, Jenna, it's a windfall gain.
Yeah.
So when my dad died, all the money I got from his bank account and the sale of his house was a windfall gain. I paid no tax. The other thing with super as well, and you might want to look into this, Brad, and people with kids, you need to have your super to be paid to your estate.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I put in my super, my major beneficiary is Jenna, the actual administrators of the fund can choose to pay her or not. They can choose to take money out. They can choose to do whatever they want with it. Whereas if you put your super, the major beneficiary being the estate of Alan Shaw, and Jenna being the major beneficiary of my estate, they can't do anything. They have to go, okay, he's dead, put all the money in the estate. So it's all tricky stuff.
Anyway,
isn't that why you have an executor of the will? Doesn't the executor tell people?
No, when it comes to your super, the administrators of the super, they can do whatever the fuck they want with it if a person is named as the beneficiary. So it needs to be the estate.
Yeah, but doesn't...
Going to go to the loop.
Yeah.
I'll keep the headphones on.
Yeah. All right. So with the quiz,
yep.
what do we get? The quiz, the true or false. How high up the roster are we going? How many? Up to 10, up to 15, or first one to 20?
It's going to be. It's kind of like going to be. Yeah. I don't know.
My bar's gone warm.
And what?
My bar has gone warm. Indigestion. I swallowed that wrong.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Yeah. Full of tears.
We could probably we'll go 10
yep.
and see how the timing is, and if it only takes us 10 minutes, and we'll do another 10.
I just realised the camera. I can't. I'm lucky I haven't had to scratch me nuts yet, because you'd be able to see me scratching me nuts on the screen right there.
Oh, if you had big nuts and big dicks, you would. But we're fine with you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you've got tight jeans, so they're swollen up. It's like the blood's been cut off. Okay. Al.
Yeah.
You're going to go first, all right?
All right.
True or false? All of your taste buds are on your tongue. All your taste buds are on your tongue.
As far as I know, that's true.
Apparently it's false.
No. Well, there you go.
There you go. So
I've learned something today.
Do you lose a point for if you you're wrong?
No, you just don't get one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You just don't get one.
Yeah, this isn't Jeopardy where everyone's like minus 100 or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, we should do that. We should get a Jeopardy thing, a Jeopardy game going. Brad, Panama hats originated in Ecuador. True or false?
Panama.
Oh, I know the answer to this one.
Panama hats originated in Ecuador.
The fuck's a Panama hat?
Let's go to the head.
Oh, Panama hat. I might
Oh,
have
excuse me,
one
excuse
within easy reach. No, I don't.
Ah, we're talking Silence of the Lambs. The answer is true.
It's true.
I was going to say the
It's
blacklist.
true.
Yes.
No, it's true.
Yes.
Tom,
Yeah.
armadillos are the only animal apart from humans that can contract leprosy. Armadillos are the only animals apart from humans that can contract leprosy.
True.
Yep.
Because you
I've learned something new today.
Because if they bite you, you can also get leprosy. So
Okay. Al, you can't sneeze with your eyes open, and if you could do so, your eyes would pop out of their sockets. True or false?
That's a two-part question. Oh, no, sorry. You did say the fact you can't sneeze with your eyes open. No, it's false. However, it's a really good excuse if a cop pulls you over for going through a red light. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I friggin' sneezed, and when I looked up, I didn't think it was safe to stop.
Oh, yeah, but they'll just do a sneeze test on your dashboard. See if there's snot on your window. There's no snot on your window. Brad, 95.
Oh, did I get a point or what?
Yeah, you went from -1 to 0.
Yeah.
so you
okay.
did give him a -1.
Yeah. No,
There you
no,
go.
no, it's going to be too hard to
No, I'm
police.
cool with that.
No, it's going to be too hard to police. Everyone's on one. Brad, 95% of tomato is water. True or false?
True.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I'd say true.
Oh, do you know what? I forgot to do what I'm supposed to be doing.
I didn't know it was 95%. I knew it was high, but
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that high.
Tom, a rat and a cat were first two animals to be to be sent into space.
False. The
was a
first
dog.
animal. Yeah.
Like her.
Yeah.
And she
they
didn't
left her
survive
up
the
there.
trip. Yeah, left her up there.
Oh,
Bloody
Bastard.
Ruskins.
Al,
Is that the one that came, the sausage dog that came back after missing for 563 days? Came back
Oh,
to
look
Katy
there.
Perry?
so Al, some brands of cat litter are radioactive. True or false?
Al should know
Everything's radioactive. True.
This one says it's false.
I'm going to dispute that. Everything is radioactive to some extent. Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
take
there's
you
sawdust.
both.
Yeah,
There's sawdust in cat litter, isn't there?
don't know.
No,
You-
depends.
everything radiates to some extent.
Yeah. Brad, the Himalayan honeybee makes hallucinogenic honey, which is collected by local tribes. True or false?
Say it again.
The Himalayan honeybee makes hallucinogenic honey, which is collected by local tribes. True or false?
False. False.
It's true.
Shit.
Why do you think so many people want to climb Mount Everest?
Tom, this is you.
I thought Himalaya weren't around bees and sugar. They're mainly salt.
Yeah, pink too. Tom, this will put you in front. A dentist invented the electric chair. True or false?
True.
Oh, I think the answer to
You
that.
want to mix these cards up because I think we've had two false correct answers so far.
I've been shuffling them all around. Al, lions purr like cats. True or false?
Not as far as I know. I'll go false.
Yeah. Cheetahs, however, do purr like
Cheetahs
cats.
purr. Yes, they do. Cheetahs do purr, and it's amazing.
Yep. All right. Next question, Brad. Chess is the most popular board game in the world. True or false?
True. Followed by Monopoly.
Tom,
I was going to say, yeah, it'll be a toss-up.
Tom, the Q in Q-tip stands for quicker. True or false?
I'm going to say false.
It is false. The worst thing about these, they don't give you the actual other answer.
Yeah,
Do
I
we
don't want
call
to
them
Google that.
Q-tips? Do we call them Q-tips in Australia? We don't, do we?
Depends.
I don't
They're
think
cotton
so.
buds.
Yeah, well, see, the generation now
Cotton
has
buds.
become more Americanized. So because of
Yeah.
the internet
Oh,
things,
tell
so
me about it.
it's just
Yeah.
transferring over. So yeah, Not that it's a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a good thing either. Yeah.
I don't
Have any
care.
of you gentlemen
Language changes.
heard a term called grey lead? Does anyone know what a grey lead is?
A pencil.
Something led by an old person.
Okay, yep. So one person got it. Have you ever heard of that, Al?
No.
No, me either. Beck, like we voted the other day because I did pre-voting because I'm not fucking voting in Perth.
Yep.
And we come out and she goes, "Oh, they've all got grey leads." So the fuck's that? Pencil. Have you ever heard of grey lead? I went, no, never heard of it.
It's got to be a Queensland thing. You know the Queenslanders are fucking weird.
yeah,
And Melbourne might
Victorians,
be a
mate.
Melbourne thing. Yeah, it'd be a
Melbourne
Victorian thing.
Oh, great.
That's what I heard with accelerate, not accelerate. It's accelerate.
Accelerate. Yeah, that's really weird, isn't it? Accelerate.
It's a Victorian thing. Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
it's fucking weird, mate.
Al, Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravity when an apple fell on his head while sitting under a tree. True or false?
No, he didn't discover gravity. Gravity's always been around.
That's a 1%
Yeah.
club question.
Yeah. Okay, Brad. English has more words than any other language. True or false?
I think I'm. Oh, I
We
think
even
yeah.
double up on words, don't we?
I'm going to go yes because it's
I
the second.
I think I heard it
second-
years ago. Yeah. It's more words
second
than
most
any other
popular language in the
language.
world.
I was going to say Mandarin, but
But
Oranges.
Tom, you got to remember that we've stolen from the French, Latin, Italian,
Right.
Spanish, German. We've got a lot of words.
right.
I'm going to keep quiet on that
Aboriginal.
one. No, I wasn't going to go there. You heard about the Aboriginal fellow who went up to Albanese wanting land rights. Albanese kicked him in the nuts, so there's 2 acres. Tom,
Mate, the fuckers start paying my rates, mate. I'll bend over, mate. But while they're not paying my rates, they can fuck off with their land.
Tom, the word mosquito means little fly in Spanish. True or false?
Oh, yes. I know. Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
True.
Yeah. Base word musk is fly and keto is mosquito. Yeah, fast.
Ah,
This one,
Little. Yeah.
this one's for Al.
Fuck.
The
know that.
expression hoity-toity comes from the French words haut and toit, meaning high roof. True or false?
True.
It's false.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go.
That's where Russell Coit got his name.
Brad, the White House obtained its name because it was repainted white after the British burnt it in 1814. True or false?
I'm going to
Why
get
does
through.
he get the easy questions?
Yeah.
No, it's true, Paul. Paul,
This says
I
false.
would review that. No, the British burnt the White House and it got painted white in the 1812 wall. That's why it's called the White House.
But this said 1814.
Yeah, but it was the 1812
Why
wall.
is the White House called?
I learned something today. I've always thought that as a true
Al,
fact.
you can always be my wingman.
No, so there you go. The false stands. The White House.
There you go. I've learned something.
The White House was not named after any particular event, but rather for its colour and architectural style. The building was originally painted white with lime-based whitewash to protect its sandstone exterior from moisture,
There
while
you go.
commonly
So-
referred to as the White House for decades.
So it's got nothing to do with
I-
the Brits.
I believed that most of my life. So there you go. I've learned something.
Yeah.
Happy to do
Fuck,
that.
mate.
Tom, to push your lead even further, the durian is the smelliest fruit in the world. True or false?
true.
Right, when you go to Thailand, pretty well every establishment has got a sign out the front, and every lift has got a sign: no durian fruit. You're not allowed to.
Mhm.
They hate it over in Thailand.
Is that like dragon
Of what?
fruit over here? It doesn't dragon fruit.
It's
No.
it's really stinky. In Thailand, there are people who eat it, and it's pretty foul.
Do you get it? Can you get it in Bali or not?
Yes.
Probably could, but yeah, but it was just really weird. Everywhere, signs before you go in: no durian fruit, no marijuana. Oh, that's the other thing. So smoking weed is legal in Thailand. So the signs would say: no durian fruit, no smoking marijuana on our premises.
And it's not even the stinkiest fruit in the world, food in the world, because that would be pastrami. The Norwegian.
It's just
You know?
cheese of death, or the
I know it's a
fermented sausage
seafood.
of death.
It's a fermented fish.
Oh, yes, I've heard about that. Anyway, carry on.
Al, a frog placed in water that is brought to a boil through gradual temperature increases will make no attempt to escape. True or false?
True, it's common knowledge.
No, it says false. So,
Well, there you go.
yeah.
Jesus.
Are you taking
Al,
points off me?
No, I mean, I'm not taking them off because it'd be too hard to. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that if we play Jeopardy.
Yeah, Brad.
Well, you kind of should, because like he's effectively 2 behind me, but now he's only 1.
Yeah, but everyone's made errors, got them wrong. So even Tom's
true.
got some wrong.
True.
Um,
True. All right. Keep going.
Al, sorry, Brad. The Beatles song "A Day in the
You know,
Life."
secretly, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, you should. You should.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Paul.
Yeah.
Take
But-
pride in your everyday.
I'm going to get a little picture of a trophy, and I'm going to stick it on next week on the person who's the carryover champion. The Beatles. This is for Brad. The Beatles song "A Day in the Life" features a high-pitched whistle only audible to dogs. True or false?
True.
Wow, I didn't know Mariah Carey did a duet with the Beatles.
That's not very nice, Tom.
That's not nice at all, Tom.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to pick a hard one for you, Tom. Snails have
Okay.
Oh, good luck with that.
14,000 teeth. True or false?
Ah,
Ooh.
True.
Jeez, well done, Al.
Huh? What?
True. True.
Don't listen to Al.
14,000 feet.
Al. Humans coexisted with dinosaurs before they became extinct. True or false?
oh, fuck off, you idiot. That's that's false.
Yeah.
Yes, the fact that humans and dinosaurs lived together is a creationist theory, I believe.
Actually, here's the weird thing. Can I just get this in here, Paul?
Yeah.
So, some of the famous dinosaurs were the ones that was discovered earlier. So we've got Tyrannosaurus Rex, everybody's favourite, and Stegosaurus. So, can you picture Stegosaurus in your head?
Yeah.
It's the one four-legged. It's got the big flutes on its spines.
Yep, the spiky tail. Yep.
Now, they both existed during the Triassic period, but Tyrannosaurus Rex was in the Cretaceous, and the Stegosaurus was in the, can't remember, right near the beginning, because they were around for 120 million years. Genetically, a type Tyrannosaurus Rex is closer genetically to a sparrow than what it is to the Stegosaurus. But when we look at them, it's like, oh, they were dinosaurs. It must have been closely related. No. In time, genetically, Tyrannosaurus, sparrow, Stegosaurus, way back in the past.
Oh, I thought.
And did you
I thought it
know
was chicken.
the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park?
Oh, well, all birds are dinosaurs. They're tetrapod dinosaurs.
The
evolved.
dinosaurs in the original Jurassic Park were not from the Jurassic era.
No, they were from the Cretaceous era.
Yeah, you go. Brad, sneezes regularly exceed 100 miles per hour.
A sneeze.
Yep, bless you. Yep. Regularly exceeds 100 miles per hour.
Oh, fuck yeah, mate. You should just look at the skids in my pants. They're 100k skids.
What's that got to do with sneezes?
Because you're
Oh,
driving
trust
up.
me.
Oh, fuck.
This is Brad we're talking about. Trust me.
Yeah.
It
Snarting.
is
not heard of
relevant.
sneeze.
It is relevant.
My
Snarting.
dog's fucking.
Oh, there goes another snart.
Yeah, good name for it. Brad,
He,
start.
he does the grown up. He does the grown ups too. Fart, burp, and sneeze at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
He does that, and his ass takes a
Get the,
selfie.
get the trifecta in.
Al. Is it, we're up to Al, aren't we? No, we're up to Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
Yep. A baby born in flight is given free air travel by the airline for the rest of their life. True or false?
I'm going to say false.
Yeah, of course not.
No way. No way an airline
No
company is that nice.
And the
No,
question,
no
I had to change one of the words because it says a baby born in flight is given free air travel by the airline for the rest of his life.
Ah,
I had to change it to their life because it could have been a girl, could have been born in flight. But yeah.
Oh, if
Well,
you
picked
haven't
up, mate.
scared off anyone with our political talk earlier, I don't think we're going to scare them off now.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one for Al because it's Al. Al Capone's business card described him as a furniture dealer. True or false?
yes, true.
Brad. The plane that crashed carrying Buddy Holly was called American Pie. True or false?
False.
Tom. Edging closer. A pregnant fish is called a twit. True or false?
True.
It's false. It's false.
Oh,
Don't listen to Al. Al, you use 300 muscles when balancing. True or false?
Yeah, probably true. No, it'd be more than that. I think it's more than that, but we'll go true.
What?
Yeah. We'll go more than that. I'll go with that.
Yep.
My turn.
No,
Go
I
for it.
was thinking. I would have thought it would have been more, but 300 sounds about right.
Brad, the plastic bits on the ends of your shoelaces are called aglets. True or false?
Well, hang on, because in Tom
I know
Cruise
this, I know
Cocktail,
this.
they're called flugelbinders.
Yeah, that's not right.
Not right.
So I've always led to believe since 1987 that they're flugelbinders.
No.
But the answer to your
No,
question
they're
is
not.
The answer to your question is true.
Definitely true. I actually did a
I wanted
training
to string it
a-
out, mate.
No, I did a fake training course when I did my Cert 4 in assessment and training, and one of the things was to do a course, to do a course, and mine was on shoes and shoelaces, so that's why I knew they were aglets.
Yeah. Okay, Tom.
I only knew that because of Phineas and Ferb, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, mine's flugelbinders.
I don't know anything about Phineas and Ferb. But anyway, Tom.
Look them
Vi-
up. It's amazing. Phineas and Ferb are so much fun.
All right, Tom. The Vikings always wore horned helmets. True or false?
False.
They never wore horn helmets, apparently.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, gee.
No, they're all
just a quick
Raiders,
one.
aren't they?
Just. I'm
Who's
sorry?
printing?
I
Who's
don't know.
printing?
No.
Not on my end.
No, somebody's vacuuming
Oh, that sucks.
in my house.
That sucks.
Well,
at
don't let
least
them
they're
stop.
vacuuming.
Fuck, vacuuming at 7:30 at night. Go nuts. Clearly, there's nothing on TV.
Go nuts or go home.
Whatever floats your boat. So anyway, I went to the pub the other day, and outside there was a nun, and she was standing there, and she said, "Do you realise what's going to happen when you go into this din of inequity? Well, I'm just going to have a drink. It's like, well,
Excuse me.
what would your parents think? And it's like, well,
They own the
my
place.
mum and dad are dead. They're probably in heaven. And it's like, have you ever had a drink? And the nun says, no, I haven't. It's, well, how can you speak against it if you've never had a drink? Oh, yeah, true. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go in and get a drink and I'll buy you a drink so that at least you know what you're talking about. What will you have? Oh, I don't know. What do women and ladies normally drink? And the guy said, look, gin. He said, okay, I'll have a gin. So the guy goes into the bar. He orders a pint of his pale ale. And he says, oh, I'll have a double gin with that as well. And the barman looks and says, is that fucking nun out there again?
Yeah. What did you do anything for Anzac Day?
Sorry?
No.
Did you do anything for Anzac
what-
Day?
Yeah,
kind of
I went to the Bayswater Dawn.
Yeah.
And then nothing after that, pretty
Is it-
much.
There's a guy
Oh,
up
no,
at-
sorry. I went to a birthday party at the Lady. What am I talking about?
Yeah, there's a guy at Port Kennedy RSL. Every year he come back from World War II, and every year goes to the RSL, orders 3 beers, has his 3 beers, and fucks off every
I know
day.
this joke.
3
So
years.
carry on. I'm going to go to the loo.
Yeah,
I
it's
know,
not a
I know
joke.
the
This is a true
punchline.
story.
No, I
I
know
haven't
the
heard
punchline.
And
I haven't heard it.
this year he only had bloody two beers instead of 3, and everyone's like, "What's going on? You only having 2 beers. What's the go with that?" He says, "Well, before the end of the war, him and his 2 mates, the 3 of them, they all said, if we don't make it back, every day, once a year, got to go have a drink for us." So he was the only one who made it back out of the 3. So every year he has 3 drinks, one for him and one each for each of his mates that he's lost in the war. And everyone's like, "Yeah, well, why are you having 2 this year?" He said, "I've given up drinking." Tom's trying to do the
Oh.
math.
Yeah, Tom's trying to figure it out.
Well, he has a beer for himself and a beer for each of his mates. There's three of them. So 2 of his mates. They haven't given up. They haven't given up drinking, but he has.
They haven't given up.
Ah,
He's having
So-
a beer for those 2, but not for himself.
Yeah.
right.
But then the whole part of it is, but I've given up drinking, but he's still drinking beers, even though
Yeah.
it's 2. But he's given up drinking.
Right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So we're back to Al. Al, can you hear us?
There's this. I heard this joke the other day. There's an old couple. They've been married. They're coming up to their 50th wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So they're about 80 years old. So they go to the shopping centres to buy them. So let's go and buy a beautiful little present this year for each
Yeah.
other. 50th wedding anniversary. All right, love, we'll go. They go to the shopping centre. One goes that way, and she says to the husband, "I'll meet you back here in about an hour or so. I'll ring you." Yep, no worries. Off they go. About an hour later, she's a bit bored. She's done her bit. Thought, fuck it, I'll ring my husband, see what he's doing. "Yes, love, I'm done. Where do I meet you?" And he goes, "Darling, remember 50 years ago when we went past that jewellery shop and you loved that little bracelet and earring set?" "Oh, yeah. I'm at the pub right next to that."
Yeah. It's
I
like
was fucking pissing myself.
the old couple that were out having breakfast one morning. They're sitting outside in their backyard and they're drinking a cup of tea and they've got their marmalade on toast and they're eating away. And the old girl says to the old bloke, she says, "Now the government man has said that we can earn a little bit more money on our pension. I thought I might get a job and earn some extra money." And he says, "Well, what were you thinking about doing?" And she says, "I thought about becoming a prostitute." And they were sitting there in silence for a bit, and then the old man agreed to it, let her go off and do her stuff. That night, before she goes out, she's in a nice Terry Talon frock. She's got her best rouge on, some bright red lipstick, nice new rinse through the hair. She looks $1 million, right? She goes out, and then the old guy sits there all night waiting for her to come back. And the next morning, she comes back and her hair's all messed up, makeup smudged everywhere, her dress is all torn and messed about, and she could barely walk. Oh dear, she could barely walk inside. And the old man looked at her and said, "How much did you make, darling?" She said, "I made $365.50. He said, 50 cents? He said, "Who paid you 50 cents? She said, "All of them."
Oh,
That
that's
one is
fucking
really
gold.
good.
Al,
That was absolute gold.
a healthy a healthy human brain is grey in colour, true or false?
No, false.
Well, Al's on the comeback trail here. 7.
Did you know that the brain is 60% fat?
True.
No?
Yep.
It's
And
mostly
thrives on
fat.
cholesterol.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably...
And statistically, cholesterol lowering tablets cause early Alzheimer's because it drains the cholesterol out of the brain, which feeds off it.
Oh, I can... What? Say that again?
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Al, a healthy human brain is grey in
You've
colour.
already, I was going to say, you've already.
You got him. You got him.
Oh, that was quick.
Brad, Saint Valentine is the patron saint of both lovers and beekeepers, true or false?
Oh, shit.
I actually know this one. I know this one.
Shit. No, it's false. It's lovers, yeah, but Saint Valentine is it's like a
Birds and the bees?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So that's true. What was the question again?
Saint Valentine is the patron saint of both lovers and beekeepers.
Yeah, see, I missed the first one. It
Here's
said Saint
the
Valentine.
story.
Are you going true or false?
He was a
I'm going true.
Yep.
Here's the story. He was an early Christian in Turkey, of all things. He was a beekeeper. That's why he's the patron saint of bees. The reason why he's the patron saint of lovers is that there were two people in his town. So the story goes. There are two people in his town. He was quite wealthy from being a beekeeper. There was two lovers in town who could not get married because back in those days, the bride's father had to give a dowry and they had to ensure that they had money. And he heard they had no money. So one night he filled up a couple of sacks with gold coins and threw them over the fence of the girl's family so that they had enough money for the dowry for them to get married. And that's why he's the patron saint of lovers as well. So there you go.
50 cent pieces?
Tom looks like the old... Yeah, he looks like the old girl collecting 50 cent pieces.
He's cosplaying right now.
Who, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
If
Tom.
Valentine's Day was still like that, I'd love Valentine's Day. Free money. Of course, I'd have to get married, but still.
Tom, if you dropped a pea from the top of a skyscraper, it could kill a pedestrian walking on the street below. True or false?
False. I think MythBusters busted that myth.
Yeah, is that,
Yeah, they.
hang on.
It gets to
What
a
about
certain
if it's a frozen
terminal
pea?
velocity, and no,
Yeah.
no, Freud. You can drop
frozen.
a coin off as well. They get to a terminal velocity, which is not enough, and they can't go any faster because of gravity. And air resistance, and they can never get enough momentum to actually kill somebody. And it was MythBusters, Tom. So
Okay,
There
Al,
you go.
we're going to just do 3 more questions, one each.
okay,
The computer in a modern car is more powerful than the computers used to send astronauts to the moon in the 1970s. True or false?
fuck yeah, true on every level.
Massive true. Massive. I even would have said that and got it right.
Yep. So, here's the last card for this evening.
Look at Al's score, number 8. It looks like 2 fat ladies at bingo.
Yeah.
2 fat ladies.
Looks like
It's
Pingu.
Captain Kim.
Brad, a wedding ring
Oh.
is traditionally worn on the third finger of the left hand because ancient Egyptians believed a vein ran from this finger directly to the heart. True or false?
Sounds true to me.
Ooh. It does, and I've been
No
married
idea.
3 times. And if I'm going to say true, but if I got it wrong, well, there's my answer. Well, I should have never have got married. So the answer's true. What was the answer again? Even though I just said that was a long fucking definition of me going yes.
The question was, a wedding ring is traditionally worn on the third finger of the left hand because ancient Egyptians believed a vein ran from this finger directly to the heart.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yep. Tom.
Damn, I should
the
have
win.
fucking known that one in 1993 with my first wedding.
Yep. This is for the win, Tom. The water in a flushing toilet swells in a different direction in the southern hemisphere, so the direction it swells. The water in a flushing toilet swells in a different direction in the southern hemisphere to the direction it swells in the northern hemisphere. True or false?
That's false. If I believe The Simpsons.
They also said it
However-
on wedding
however-
crashes.
However,
However.
cyclones have
Oh,
enough mass, and they do go in different directions depending on where they are. There, that's why they're hurricanes in the northern hemisphere and cyclones in the southern hemisphere. But water in a toilet, not enough mass to be affected by gravity or the Coriolis effect.
No.
There you go.
There's our scores.
Mm.
I've got to find a little
Super duper.
trophy now.
Lost again, Beauty.
Yep.
Second again.
Yeah.
Great. Means I can only go up or down. That's happy days.
Yeah.
Very versatile.
It depends
So-
who you're with.
Said the gay Brad, I can only go up or down.
Yeah.
Oh, Al, I wish I was at Megani with you, mate. Geez, we've had some good times, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm going to miss the reach around.
What? I'll have that one.
Oh, no, we're not going there. We are not going there.
See, I want that one on my tombstone.
No, we are not going there.
Hey, look at Tom.
Take it
Tom looks
offline.
like he's just had a big night at 50-cent pieces.
That's what I said earlier
No, I
on.
told you.
Yeah.
I told you, he's cosplaying, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier on. He looks like the old lady from the joke.
Oh, yeah.
How many
Why is he
cholesterol
going to
tablets you
walk funny?
taking?
Huh?
How many cholesterol tablets you had, Brad?
I'm not on them. Well, I've got them in my drawer. I don't want to go on them. I don't want to.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to prove the point to the doctor. So,
But you-
well, there you go, mate.
Becoming a
I've gone
vegan.
from 6.7 down to 4.9 in 3.5 months. So you can stick your fucking statins up your ass.
Be careful if you're going to go vegan and vegetables as well, because they've got fats and stuff, and not all of them are good for you.
Nah, I'm not going that hard.
Hmm.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
I'm just driving past bakeries and chocolate bars. There you go. That's what I'm doing.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to cruise off, but I'm going to leave you with this.
Yep.
There's two fish in a tank. One looks at the other and goes, "You got any idea how to drive this thing?"
Don't forget, you've got to say your words, Al. You've got to say your words.
They are the words, aren't they?
Good night, Australia.